Chunky Kong, Lanky Kong, and Tiny Kong are all in Donkey Kong Bananza. Kind of. Yes, it's a bold claim, I know. And whether or not we actually see these characters in the flesh, I don't know, if I'm being honest. But I'm not here to clickbait you. I'm not here to wishy-washily theorize and speculate. I brought receipts. I have evidence to back up my theories. In this video, I plan to tell you exactly what role these characters have in this game, how closely it's related to Mario Odyssey, and not only that there are more Bananza transformations, but specifically what those transformations are. Do I have you hooked yet? I hope so, because I have been going on a hype journey. There's a point where speculation and evidence come together to create an undeniable thought in one's mind, and that's exactly what's happened here for me, and I hope to impart, to share my hype with you. Strap in your banana belts, chimps, because we are going on a Ramby ride. Now, I have a lot of details to show you all today, and I promise I will explain myself, but they are all important and they all tie together, so I ask that you stick with me. I want to start out by talking about Mario Odyssey in relation to Bananza, specifically having to do with the world map. A brief overview of how Mario Odyssey's worlds work, because it's been a while. You can get a sense for how the developers classified the worlds in Odyssey by looking at the amount of purple coins that you can collect in each world. Odyssey has 6 half-worlds where you can collect 50 purple coins, those being Cap, Cascade, Lake, Lost, Snow, and Moon Kingdom. 6 full worlds where you can collect 100 purple coins, those being the Sand, Wooded, Metro, Seaside, Luncheon, and Bowser's Kingdom. And then 2 what you could call filler worlds with no purple coins, the Cloud and the Ruined Kingdom, along with 1 unlockable reward world in the Mushroom Kingdom, which is full world size. The Bananza Direct showed us a glimpse of the world map in the game, which shows a progression through layers of Earth going downward, very similar to Odyssey's straight line going across the screen. Even the naming conventions are identical here. Mario has kingdoms, such as the Metro Kingdom, even though the area is called New Donk City. In the same way, we have layers in Donkey Kong Bananza. The Lagoon Layer, the Canyon Layer, even though these areas do have other actual names to them. Similarly to how we look at the purple coins to identify what worlds are considered full worlds or half worlds in Odyssey, we can take a look at the fossils in Donkey Kong Bananza. It's very convenient because we can look right up there in the top right corner and see exactly what collectibles are available in each world. So far we've seen 3 types, just like in Mario Odyssey. There are full worlds, which have 3 different types of fossils. There's sort of half worlds, you could say, that have only 1 type of fossil, and then there's worlds that have no fossils available. The only one we've seen so far is Ingot Isle. Now, something that is very helpful in this type of speculation is patterns. It's how I translated the banana bet. Sometimes it takes seeing a pattern in something, noticing where the blanks are, and filling them in with the most logical thing in order to eventually reveal a picture that is undeniable. And I have been noticing quite a few patterns in Donkey Kong Bananza, to the point where I am convincing myself of my own theories. With the Donkey Kong Bananza Direct coming out, we now have seen some patterns with how these worlds work. It appears to me that every main or full world in this game has its own unique NPC, an ancient giant elder based on that NPC, and a Kong transformation based on that NPC. You say, Crispy, we've only seen 3 of them. There's only the monkey, the zebra, and the ostrich. Well, my friends, I'm gonna change your mind about that. Transformation. It's a theme that's been very prevalent around the lead up to Donkey Kong Bananza. I believe there's a lot more transformation in this game that we have yet to see, but has been right under our monkey noses this entire time. I recently shared my theory that the Fractones, yes, that's what these rock people are called, are not actually crystal rock people at all, but are in reality other types of jungle life trapped inside Fractone bodies, just like Pauline was trapped inside Odd Rock. One of my main reasons for thinking this was that you would never see a fractone in the same scene as a game's animal NPCs, even when we'd see one or the other in the same locale. So that didn't stay. Okay, we did see a scene in the Bananza Direct where an ostrich shares the same location as a fractone. But I have reason to believe that my theory was not unfounded. In fact, after dissecting the Donkey Kong Bananza Direct, I think my theory holds weight. Because it may not be the case that every fractone in this game is a creature trapped inside a fractone body, but I do believe that at least 2 of them are. Let's review what we've seen of the other NPCs in the game. So far, we've seen 3 races of NPCs, you could say. There's the monkeys in the lagoon layer, there's the ostriches in the forest layer, and there's the zebras in the ice layer, all of which have a giant elder, all of which have a Bananza transformation. All 3 of those worlds are one of those full worlds that have 3 fossils that you can collect. There's only 2 other worlds that match that same criteria, those being the canyon layer and a new gold layer, which we have only seen about 2 seconds of in the Nintendo Direct. But it's there. Let me show you. You see this clip? This is the gold layer. A unique set of fossils, 3 of them that you can find. My guess is that this is one of the deepest layers that we get to in the game. But what we have seen a lot of is the canyon layer. And there's something very interesting about the canyon layer, because there is a type of fractone in that layer that we don't see in any other clip. They're specific to the canyon layer, and it makes sense that they are, because they look just like giraffes. Everything in the canyon layer is themed to giraffes. From the billowing smoke clouds coming from giraffe-themed pipes to giraffe patterns lining the edges of the ground, all the way to this specific little newspaper clipping or poster or something that I found in a very obscure place here, which, when you translate the letters on it, say Giraffe Factory. Now tell me, why is this area so giraffe-themed when there's no giraffes around? I'll tell you why. Because those fractones are giraffes. Giraffes that have been trapped inside a rock body, just like Pauline was trapped inside Odd Rock. I believe there's going to be a great giraffe elder that will teach us how to transform into a giraffe Bananza. Now, Crispy, you say, why a giraffe? What's his power gonna be? Well, here's something interesting. I would like to rewind a little bit and go back to something I said at the beginning. And that's that the DK crew is coming back. In a way. Because I would like to walk you through the Bananza transformations that we've seen in this game so far. We have one that's basically just an upgraded version of Donkey Kong with the Kong Bananza, a very speedy, fast-running Zebra Bananza, and a flying, gliding power-up with the Ostrich Bananza. Do those power-ups remind you of anything? Now think about this, and I want you to think about it with me. Are we connecting here? Are we connected? If I was to tell you to pick one animal that most matches the adjective lanky, what would it be? Take orangutans out of the picture. What is the definition of lanky? Oxford Dictionary classifies it as a person who is ungracefully thin and tall. Sounds an awful lot like a giraffe to me. And yes, that is what I am proposing, that each member of the DK crew is being represented in Donkey Kong Bananza through the transformations. Kong Bananza obviously lines up with Donkey Kong. Diddy Kong, a character that was known for running fast. That was his power-up in Donkey Kong 64, running. The Zebra, a character that was known for flying and gliding. Tiny Kong matches up perfectly with the Ostrich. And here, a character that is known for being goofy, tall, and lanky. Yeah, I think that fits pretty well. But wait, there's one more. Chunky Kong. Now play along with me again, will you? If you were to think of one animal that matched the description of Chunky, what would it be?
Hippo?
Hippo.
Hippo!
Okay, chunkier.
Whale?
Whale?
A land animal.
Hippo.
Okay.
Hippo.
Yeah. An elephant, guys. An elephant. But what about where's the elephant? Well, my apish friends, do you remember earlier when I told you about those 2 seconds of footage we saw of a brand new world that hasn't been shown off yet? The Golden World, the 5th one that has 3 fossils that you can collect. Now, I'd like to share with you something. I'd like you to take a look with me at what's in the background of that clip. Enhance. Enhance further. Enhance greatly. What is that but an elephant-shaped fractome? People, this has sent me into a hype frenzy. I've been putting these little pieces together, these theories, these transformations, all of these things coming together and have culminated in the fact that I believe that there is an elephant bonanza to represent Chunky Kong and his abilities from Donkey Kong 64.
Outsmiting someone or doing some other very important monkey thing. Leave a message if you please, or don't. I probably won't call you back either way.
Great Monkey Elder, what does it all mean?
Bonanza. 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 Bonanza.
If you know the song, sing along, come on.
Bonanza. 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 Bonanza.
Hello people, I know I'm looking a little wild, a little crazed at the moment. I have a few more things to share with you. But before that, I just wanted to take a quick moment to say a big thank you to everyone who has recently subscribed to my channel, who's been supporting me, because while I was making this video, I reached 2,000 subscribers. I'm so excited and I'm so grateful that you guys find my content worthwhile and have been enjoying everything I've been doing lately. You guys choosing that you want to watch me for a second time really makes a big difference for me. I'm really hoping that this channel will continue to grow. I'm trying to put everything that I can into making these videos as great as I can for you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet and you enjoy this type of content, it would mean the world to me if you did. There's a lot more videos coming soon. I'm trying to put something out at least every week if I can. And hey, you can always unsub later. Let's get you back to the content.
Donkey Kong, the all-arounder. Diddy Kong, the fast runner. Tiny Kong, the flyer. Lanky Kong, the tall and gangly. And Chunky Kong, the hunkiest of the bunch. I would also like to share with you that while sourcing images for this video, I found this image. And if there was any doubt in your mind as to what was in the background of that gold clip before, here you go. I'll also bring your attention to, this is very interesting, Pauline in this picture, who is wearing an elephant-themed clothing item. Another thing tying these creatures back to being NPCs. Because the only animals that we've seen represented in Pauline's clothing are the NPCs. They also seem to have some kind of electrical theme. I mean, this is unrelated, but if you take a look at Pauline's thing, she's got lightning bolts on it. And in the background, on that little symbol on the parchment, or whatever it is, the elephant ears to the side, along with the lightning bolt in the middle. This could have some kind of theme going on in this world, or possibly having to do with the Bananza power-up. We'll have to see. The banana text on the parchment seems to read PA, which there's a letter cut off there, obviously, but I'm leaning towards this being some kind of acronym. Side thought, I hadn't even seen this picture before I started photoshopping the fake symbol for the animal transformation for an elephant. I had made him green. I would not be surprised at all if his theming is actually around the color green. Because look in the background, look at these rocks, look at the lighting, look at the clothing that Pauline is wearing. A lot of it points to that. And if you look at all these colors together, they form a really satisfying color palette, I think. I think I would not be surprised if this is what they actually look like.
Coincidence? I think not!
Guys, do you think I'm coping? Because I don't think I am anymore. This is a theory that I have completely convinced myself of just from my own research and from looking at these things from, I think, an objective eye. Listen, I'm not the hugest fan of DK64. I've never played the game. Yes, I like these characters. I would love to see them come back, but these things just line up too perfectly. Everything in this game is just lining up to be the perfect love letter to the Donkey Kong franchise. And I don't know if we'll see Chunky in this game. I don't know if we'll see Lanky or Tiny neither. But I think that they were specifically referenced and their mechanics intentionally pulled to make this the true DK64 sequel. Guys, I've just been so excited today after looking into these things and finding these details. Guys, I was jittering this morning with excitement. Please tell me your thoughts. Do you think that these things line up? I don't think I'm crazy. When you look at how many things in this game are connected to transformation and music, I think this theory is pretty solid. So tell me what you think, guys. This is my prediction, that this game will have 2 more Bananza transformations, and that they will be specifically a giraffe and an elephant. Very specific prediction, but I think I've told you why. I've been digging into the Donkey Kong Bananza Direct a lot, and I've been finding a lot of little things. I have more videos coming very soon, and there's more letters, guys. See you in the next one.